Hi. A film that I caught up with recently was Joseph Losey's Figures in a Landscape from 1970. It's based on a novel by Barry England, published, I think, a couple of years earlier, that was nominated for the very first Booker Prize. And the script was adapted by Robert Shaw, who stars alongside Malcolm McDowell. It's an unusual film. It's about two escapees from some foreign power fleeing across open countryside, trying to get to the border in safety. The specifics of their journey are left vague. We're not told which country they're in, we're not told why they were prisoners or how they escaped. Um, uh, Only the two main characters have names, which are rarely used, and there really aren't any other characters in the story. There are some other people glimpsed briefly, but really it's just about these two characters making their way across country. I really enjoyed it. It's something that I didn't think would work because it's a nearly 2 hour film with only really two speaking characters and a very vague, unspecific setting. But the chemistry between Shaw and McDowell, Shaw is the older, grizzled, tougher type. McDowell is younger, a little more naive, but sharper in other ways. Um, they have great on-screen chemistry. The dialogue between them is very strong, and the direction is really terrific. There are some fantastic long takes of dialogue as they walk through this countryside. The film was made in Spain, so we have a big mix of locations. The film opens with them running along the shoreline of apparently the sea at dawn, and most of the film is going through scrubland and mountainous countryside, and the climax is at the top of a snowy mountain as they reach the border. Um, and throughout their flight, they're pursued by a helicopter, which becomes the subject of the Shaw character's mania, that he becomes obsessed with defeating this helicopter that has dogged them their entire way. Um, so it's not a film that can be talked about in any great detail, I think, because it's so abstract. Perhaps it doesn't lend itself to that. And Losey is an interesting director because he previously worked with Harold Pinter, who revels in stripping things down to their bare minimum. Um, so it's not a conventional adventure story in any way, but something a little meatier, something a little more of its time, being made in 1970, and something with an unusual um, visual style. Um, it's really rather good, and I would recommend it.